Very good. I hope you enjoy it and learn a lot. Uh,
Do we have any brand new members that just joined? Oh, you? Did you just join?
It's a laptop computer.
That's how small they're going to be eventually.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to keep the announcements real short tonight because we want the geeks to have plenty of time to explain about cloud computing.
I
I
want to
want
remind
to
you
that
for
for members, the App Club photo contest opened up in May. And if you want to participate, just bid on the deadline. So they have 4 categories. You can put 1 photo in for each category. I've got the instructions or they're on our website. If you need to review those, how to send them in. The most difficult part is the naming process. And if you need help with that, either myself or Vicki Wassenholt could help with that. Also, tonight, if you're interested in that smartphone photography workshop, that's going to be here on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, the lower level at 6 o'clock. Marie, want to wave? Marie's taking names and the payment for that. And it's $25 for non-members, but if you are a QCS member, it's $15. And this, if you're a visitor, this would be a perfect time to join because you would save money. And also, this is the beginning. July 1st is the beginning of our membership year. So you're going to get in right at the beginning and even get a couple weeks extra. So if you're even thinking about it, it's a great time to do it. We're also going to sign up sheet if you're interested in the workshop at K-Side. That's just to collect the names to see if we have enough for it. You will pay over there. Pay us. You'll pay at K-Side. Thursday. Chris will probably give you back there about it too. Or maybe on your chair even. Was it orange one? Orange one. But that one is about using Picasa and doing photo editing. So that they taught that the last time they were here, and so that's a really good one. Picasa's a free program, and once you learn how to use it, it's really easy and does a lot. So you can sign up for those at the back. If we get done in time and you're interested in a little snack or something to drink, there's alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages in the lounge in the basement. They do close at 9:15. So if you want to go down there, if we have time, you can. So let's see. I think that's really the gist of it. You know, first of all, I would like to recognize Vicki Wassenholt. She's the one who has orchestrated the Geeks On Tour coming back for their 3rd visit, and we're really glad that she did all that. It's quite a lot of work to coordinate all that. So anyway, we're constantly hearing about the cloud, you know, store your files in the cloud, cloud computing, cloud storage of music, cloud storage of this and that. Probably everybody's beginning to wonder what the heck is the cloud anyway. Well, I think by the time the geeks get done tonight, we'll all be on cloud 9.
Or it'll be a thunderstorm. So much. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris.
I'm Jim.
And we are Geeks On Tour. You want to tell them anything about what's going on this?
Oh, wow.
On this over here?
Okay, we are broadcasting live to the internet, to the cloud. So we are Geeks Who Teach. Chris had a computer training center back in 1983 to 96. She started when she was 7 or 8, and she's been doing this a while. So we travel around the country.
Anybody remember Word Perfect?
Chris was one of the first 17 WordPerfect certified instructors in the world. I started a little bit later. That's earlier. That's my son. And an early computer.
But that was 30 years ago.
That was my second computer, too.
We know that because he's over 30 years old now. We are geeks. This is in our RV. This is Jim's office in our RV. And he uses a Surface computer, the Microsoft Surface, so his computer is just that. But it's controlled by an external keyboard, a mouse, a speaker, and a big external monitor. So he has a full desktop setup with just this little, and that is his Surface that is acting as our broadcast studio.
He's so loud.
He takes care of me.
Boy, what I like to sometimes.
He did used to work for me when I had a computer training center.
I still work for her.
Yeah, he does. All right, we do tour the country. We left Fort Lauderdale, Florida 11 years ago and have lived in a motorhome ever since. And this is typical of our summers. This year we'll be out in Oregon after we leave here. But this is the third time we've been through the Quad Cities. And yes, I want to thank you so much to Vicki and to Judy for bringing us back and making us feel so special and so welcome here. This is our home. We've been this in a while. And what has evolved? Our life has just evolved, but now we go to the big RV rallies. Any RVers in here? Okay. Cool. Where do you like to go? How often do you get out?
We go to the Bluegrass Festival.
Oh.
We go to Minnesota. We go to Kentucky.
Okay, so kind of the same idea. We go to the RV rallies.
I used to play in a bluegrass band. Yeah, I played stand-up bass. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay, and that's what an RV rally looks like. That's the neighborhood up there. And this is the kind of classes we do, kind of like we are for youth. Quad Cities Computer Society is what we're doing this seminar for. That's for the benefit of our recording here.
Our favorite customer quote, though, from Bill Osborne. Thanks to Geeks On Tour, I can use my smartphone. My pictures are organized and backed up. I have a travel blog, and my grandkids have a Facebook savvy.
So how we work is we make tutorial videos, and they're on our website.
And you can learn from our website, geeksontour.tv, which stands for tutorial videos, but you can get there with geeksontour.com and look for the learning library. So what does it take to learn today's technology?
I mean, they think that you just open the box and you know how to use it. We know different. The kids do just take to this stuff, you know. But we want to help because we've been at it a long time and we keep up. When we have one of all the new devices and we try very hard to keep up, it is impossible. So just give that is a given. You know, you cannot keep up these days, but we try. And this session is about cloud computing, which is a huge topic. It's like giving a topic on computing, because now computing is in the cloud. But we're going to give it a shot. You should have a handout. Everybody should have a white handout. And we're going to have a short overview slideshow, and then we'll do some live demonstrations and take questions. I mean, as I say, the cloud is such a huge topic that I don't know what you know and what you want to know. So go ahead and ask questions. We'll put you off if we say we are going to cover that. Okay, are we ready? So why are we hearing so much about the cloud lately? Where did it come from and what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that because of cloud computing, and I will define it in a minute, you can use all these multiple devices. You know, it's not just computers anymore. It's computers and smartphones and tablets. And because of the cloud, they can all work together. So, what is the cloud? It's just the internet. I mean, the cloud means the internet. It is a synonym for the internet. So where did it come from? Well, the internet, as you know, is a planet-wide system of servers, cables, routers, and it's way too complex to diagram. Do we have any old network administrators in here that had to diagram their office network? Well, that is expected. You're expected to know exactly what is connected to what. But once it gets to the internet, that is such a huge conglomeration of devices that they just came up with this amorphous cloud. Say, well, yeah, this is connected to that, and that's connected to this, but then they're all connected to the internet, the cloud. So it doesn't really mean anything. It does not mean that this is satellite dishes in the sky that are contain your files. Your files are contained on servers and routers and computers here on land, here on the earth. But think about it. I think it's a really useful metaphor to think about the internet as being up in the sky. Because up there is no sense of time and distance. It's just a virtual world that is equivalent to down on land. I mean, there's a website on the internet for every business that's on the street now, right? And so next. Then I think it really is useful for the terms upload and download. Anybody else have pet peeves of words that people get wrong? This is mine, so forgive me if I'll knock you over the head if you use upload and download wrong, but the cloud really helps with this. Upload means taking something from your computer and sending it up to the cloud, from your computer to the internet. That is upload. Download means getting something from the internet, from the cloud, and bringing it down to your computer. So when somebody asks me, how do I download from my camera to my web album, what am I going to do? I'm going to knock them over the head. You can't download from your camera to the web. You upload. Okay, you got it. Now, the internet has been around long enough now. Only what? 17, 18 years? I mean, it's just amazing how our world has changed. Well, the World Wide Web gained popularity in 1996. I remember that. So it's taken a while, but now there are businesses that operate on the web that provide you a service. And one of those main services is file storage. So if you think of file storage as a service, what do I mean? It means you don't have to go buy a disk. You don't have to buy a hard drive. You don't have to buy a physical piece of equipment. You can pay to store your files. You can pay for a service to store your files. And that service is located on the internet, in the cloud. So basically, you get your own cloud. One of these again, I get that Rolling Stones song. Hey, you, get off of my cloud.
Don't sing, please.
You know, but it's not just file storage. It's software as a service. When's the last time you went to the Office Depot and bought a box piece of software with a disk in it that you came home and put the disk in your computer to install it? It's been a while for me anyway. So what do you do? You And if you want the software on your computer, you get it from the cloud and download it. Yes, not upload, you download it. But now you don't even have to do that. Anybody use TurboTax online to do their taxes this year? Did you have to install anything on your computer? No. That is software as a service in the cloud. Gmail, all cloud-based. So this has been around for a while. It's the word has changed, that's all. What did we used to call that? Web-based. No, it was a web-based software or an online software. So now we just call it cloud-based. One of my favorite examples, because it's dear to my heart, is Blogger. Blogger is a way to make your own website for free, and it's what we're teaching at KSI tomorrow morning. And it is strictly web-based. So I've been keeping a blog. If anybody take a look at those hardbound books back on the table, that is a book version of our travel blog. And we went to Fiji one summer, and we could still keep the blog, right? Because it was 100% web-based, and we could just go into the hotel's internet cafe and use their computer, log into our account on Blogger. Anybody here have Blogger? Use Blogger for the blog? Oh, it was so much fun. So much fun. Okay. Next. It's in the cloud. But very specifically, what all the brouhaha is about right now is these four. Because the big companies, Microsoft, Google, Apple, are using their huge resources on the internet to give you a piece of it, just for your use. And we like Dropbox. How many Dropbox users here? Several, but not, it will be all of you. Is it one of the most useful things you've ever? Yeah, all the time. But why then? I mean, Microsoft SkyDrive, it's now called OneDrive, is great. Google Drive is great. Apple's iCloud is great. Why do you think maybe we like Dropbox best? Because it's not Microsoft, Google, or Apple. You know, so therefore, it works. The others do too. We use them all, actually.
But we don't recommend you use them all. We have to know them, so we have to use them. But use one, maybe two. Be a lot of
How many people have Windows 8? Still just a little. Windows 8 is kind of built in to work with OneDrive. And it works great. We use a lot of OneDrive space. And you get a lot of OneDrive space when you get Windows 8. So, and how many Macintosh people in here? No, just a little handful. Okay. I know some Macintosh people, when they hear that there's a seminar on cloud computing, assume it's iCloud. I think Apple did that intentionally. Cloud is not an Apple thing. iCloud is Apple's cloud service. OneDrive is Microsoft's cloud service. Google Drive is Google's cloud service. So iCloud is just one of them. It's not the one. Is that? That's not my phone, is it? Okay. So where are your files? Here's what it's not so easy to answer anymore. But it's up to you, unfortunately. It's up to you to figure it out. It can be difficult to know. Is a file on my computer? Is it in the cloud? Or is it maybe both being synchronized? And so that's what I'm going to show you. Adds another dimension to it, because you might have taken the picture with your phone.
How many people now use their phone as their main camera almost? Yeah. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? They're good cameras.
They're great cameras, especially the new ones. I just got this a couple weeks ago, Samsung Galaxy S5. And he has,
I have the Note 3.
yeah. So, but it is important for you to know where your pictures are. If your only copy of your pictures is on here, and you lose this or it gets run over, then you start on. That happens to you?
Yeah. All the pictures that somebody said she would put them on the cloud. I didn't think about it.
She said she lost all her pictures and somebody told her she should have put them on the cloud. You know, it's possible that they got there without you knowing it. We had a woman at one of the last seminars that we did and said that her pictures were all gone. And no, she just said her pictures were gone, period. I was helping her on her computer with something else, and I found her pictures. They were in her, she kissed me. She kissed me. They were in her Google Plus photos, which we will be showing you. And how they got there, too. We will tell you about that. All right. So they might be just on your phone. They might be just on your computer. They might be in the cloud. They might be in all three places. And they might be in 4, 5, or 6. I think it's in the next slide. So what's happening now is people have been taking so many pictures with their phone that people are starting to come up to us and say, I can't take another picture. It says it's full. That's what's happening now. They're getting full because you've been taking pictures for years. So we think you need to learn how to take the pictures off of your phone, but of course not until after you have them somewhere else. So here we go. You take pictures with the phone. You want to get them up to the cloud. Then you want to get them from the cloud down to your computer because you still need a computer for managing thousands of pictures. You still do. And so then that synchronizes. Now you can delete from the phone. So, and then, but then people say, but, I like showing people my pictures on my phone.
When was the last time you had somebody pull out their wallet to show you pictures of their grandkids? No, they bring out their phone and show you pictures of their grandkids. Want to see pictures of my grandkids?
But that's fine, because your phone is connected to the cloud, right? It has an internet connection. So you can show, I have thousands of pictures on my Google Plus photo albums, and I can show you any one of them. You can say, well, didn't I see you, somebody did, yeah. Said, didn't I see you at the Santa Fe Skies RV Park in Santa Fe, New Mexico in 2008? And I could bring up the picture from 2008 when we were at Santa Fe Skies. Not because it's on my phone. I mean, I didn't have this phone in 2008, right? Because it was on my Google Plus photos. So we're going to show you that. So just to review, you get your pictures from the phone, you upload them to the cloud, you synchronize them down to the computer. Now you can delete them from the phone, but your phone can still view them on the cloud. It is getting convoluted these days, but once you start getting used to it, you just expect that they'll be there. There are several programs that will auto-upload pictures from your phone. So Google Plus is one of them. If you install Google Plus, and we'll show you that, on your phone, there's a setting that will automatically take the pictures from your phone and put them into your Google account in the cloud. Facebook will also do that. I mean, Facebook is the #1 way that people share pictures, right? How they put them in the cloud. Did you know that Facebook has a setting that will automatically take every picture that you take with your phone and put it into a private album on your Facebook profile. Dropbox will also do that. So now what? From being afraid of losing your only copy of your pictures, now you have 5 copies. And you're buried in photos. So it takes some learning and some figuring out and deciding what system you're going to use. All right, we'll show you our system. So we're going to show you sharing pictures with Google+. We're going to show you synchronizing a file with Dropbox. And then just a tiny bit of using software in the cloud like Excel. And then camera upload with Dropbox. And before I go on, does somebody use the cloud that they want to share? There's some use you've found that has just made your life so much easier? No? All right, well then we will go on. And yeah, on your seats there was both the handout and the orange flyer that talks about everything else we're doing this week. There's also a little white card. We do a newsletter once a month and a Picasa newsletter once a week, and those are all free. If you're interested in receiving our e-newsletters, just fill that out and leave it on the back table before you go. We used to have a basket, but I don't know. Just leave it on the back table and we'll get it. You can always sign up for our newsletters just on our website as well, geeksontour.com. All right. So actually, what I want to do first is show them a video that goes through the whole Dropbox process. So Jim's going to go to our website. What's our website? geeksontour.com. And what's the main thing that's there is tutorial videos. And we're hoping that, oh, notice what's happening right here? See that JPG was added? So that's the picture that he just took with his phone, is just automatically hands-off gotten onto his computer now via Dropbox. And we'll do that later. Okay, the one I want is a brand new one. So under tutorial videos, recent. Oh. Yeah, recent videos. Because as I think you've already gleaned, there's a lot to this. So I kind of set up a whole scenario and recorded it, and it's a lot easier to show you the recording than to set up that whole scenario. Again, keep going. And this is our website, and these are our videos. Most of our videos are 5 minutes. This one's a little bit longer, about 9.
You notice she points up there, and I'm supposed to see what she's doing. Oh, now this is a membership website. The first 3 of all of our topics are free videos for anybody to see. But once you get to the 4th and on down, you need to have a login, and that's how we make our living. So I'll go ahead and log in as Chris. And we'll get to a video here in just a second.
And if perchance the internet connection isn't good enough, we also have all our videos on a little thumb drive too. That's how it's going to work. This is Chris Gould with Geeks On Tour, and this video is about cloud computing. A lot of people don't think they want to use the cloud because they believe their stuff will be on the internet. That's all the cloud is, a synonym for the internet. And that's it. But I want to show you in this video how there are lots of cloud services like Dropbox which synchronize between a cloud copy and your device. Notice that I have lots of computing devices here. I like to use a Windows 8 tablet. I also like to use my Android phone, my iPad, and sometimes my Macintosh. And using Dropbox, it doesn't matter which one I'm using. I can get my stuff, whatever device I happen to have.
So Dropbox is what I'm going to be using to show you, and that means go to Dropbox.com and you set up a free account. Then you download the Dropbox app on each device that you want to use. So first, I'm going to go to the Windows 8 laptop and show you, and that's where I'm going to start. So now I'm here on my Windows 8 laptop, and I have an article up that I've been writing for this weekly article on RV travel about apps for travelers. And I'm just going to keep it simple. I want to show you that I can add text here. So just add it within Windows 8 laptop. I'm going to save as all, and notice I'm on Windows 8, so it wants me to save this to OneDrive, which is a cloud service, and that might not be a bad idea, but I want to show you Dropbox. So we are browsing. All you have to do is find the Dropbox folder. It's just a folder. It's a magic folder, but it's just a folder. So I open it up. And I want a folder within this folder, so I'm going to make a new folder and call it app leak. And I'm going to say, and this particular article is about my tracks. And I save it, and okay, and then I'm done. I close this. And now I'm going to go to my Android phone and show you how it works on there. So now let's say I've gone out somewhere, and the only device I have with me is my smartphone. And I need to look at that article. No problem, because it's in Dropbox. So on my phone, you just find the Dropbox app. Then the folder that it was in, Apple Week, and there it is, my tracks. If all you want to do is look at it, then you're done. Now on my particular phone, this is automatically linked to a Office editor built in. So notice that it says added with Windows 8 laptop there. And I can edit some more. I can say this is added with Android. And when I save it, Dropbox automatically notices that it's been saved, and it synchronizes with the cloud and with any device that has Dropbox installed. Okay. Okay, so now I am looking at my iPad mini, and Dropbox is an app on here too.
What'd you do?
I had to take a break.
Yeah. So Dropbox, and then Files. It automatically went to Photos, but there's Files, and there's that Apple Week folder. So it's been automatically synchronized. I did nothing to make this happen other than create the Apple Week folder, and there's the My Tracks document. Now, if all I want to do is view it, then we're all set. Dropbox on the iPad can view the document, but it cannot edit. You need an app for that. And although Word does come on the iPad, there is a Microsoft Word app, and there's a Google Docs app, but neither of them will work with Dropbox files. So I had to find one that does, and that's called Cloud On. So I open Cloud On, and then I can look at my Dropbox folder. Notice that Cloud On will find files in Google Drive and OneDrive and Box, as well as Dropbox. So that's really nice. I haven't used it enough to know if I can recommend this program, though, but this is how you can edit that same document. So now I can say added with iPad and Cloud On. All right. And this doesn't even, you can't do a file save, but it automatically saves. So I can just be done with it. Last but not least, here we are on the Macintosh, and there's a little bitty Dropbox icon up in the top. And if I open it and click on folders, you will see the Dropbox folder, and there is the After Week folder. And there's the My Tracks. Now here on the Macintosh, this is going to open in the Macintosh word processing program, which is Pages. But no problem. And we can add it with iMac. And that is Dropbox now. So last but not least, what if all of my devices through some disaster got destroyed? No problem. Dropbox is there. You can go to anybody's computer in the world, open a web browser, go to Dropbox.com, and just sign in with your account, and all your stuff is there. There's that After the Week. There's the document. I can see it. It has all the updates that I've made to the document. There is no software on the Dropbox.com, but it keeps your stuff very safe. And that's Dropbox. You just set up a free account at Dropbox.com, install the Dropbox app on each device. Files saved within the Dropbox folder will be automatically synchronized with each device unless you change the settings and say that you only want certain folders. You can also share a folder with anyone else, and then you both can view and or edit all the content. Be aware that if you are using metered internet, so you're using cell Verizon contract or something, this uses a lot of your data because each time you save the document in the Dropbox, it automatically uploads that to the web account, cloud, and it synchronizes back down to all of the other devices where it's been installed. So in my example, a 2 megabyte file is using 8 megabytes of my data usage. Any questions? That's it. We're out of here.
Yes, I know.
You did a real quick click there. You went into Google homepage, and then poof, there was Dropbox. There was how did that happen?
Google homepage.
Oh, okay. He said that he didn't see how we got from Google to Dropbox. That Google was just here we go, was just the home page of our web browser, right? So we just opened up a web browser, and then up in the address bar, you just type in Dropbox.com. So Dropbox.com is simply a website on the web.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dropbox.com, and you sign in, or if this is the very first time you ever go to Dropbox.com, you do need to download because that's the way the Dropbox works. It is cloud and computer synchronizing. Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive can do the same thing, but they don't force you to. So if you start using Google Drive and store your stuff on Google Drive, it's just on Google Drive. Unless you go through the process, you can download Google Drive to your computer and ask it to synchronize. But Dropbox doesn't ask. That's what it does. And it does work so much. It just works. With all the other ones, we've had trouble with missing files.
On the phone, you had, it seems like it automatically allows you to edit. Is that an app you added to the phone?
So she said on the phone, when I opened up Dropbox and that file, it automatically edited. Shocked me. Yeah, really. I think it was even as I was recording that, I'm like, whoa. That was because, and this is a new phone, as I say, that Polaris Office came pre-installed on this phone. And it's just an Android. It's also an iPhone, iPad software, but it's free on the Android and it costs a little bit on the iPad. But yeah, that was pretty cool. You just open up the file and Polaris opened up to edit it. Question back there.
How secure do you think it is? And can you load any kind of file, like an encrypted file?
Okay, his question is, how secure is it, and can you load any kind of file like an encrypted file? Well, actually, you want to go to help on here to see if you can find any help and learn more? Okay. How secure is it? They use, I don't know, is the bottom line for that, but they do use encryption, and it will take another encrypted file. I mean, if you want to double encrypt, yes, you can. If you have something, because I put stuff on Dropbox, I know it is encrypted, safe from prying eyes, but maybe somebody who works at Dropbox has to get in there for something. If you encrypt your file first and upload it, then they can't even get into that. And bottom line, if it's on the web, there is a risk of it being seen by unintended eyes, period. I mean, look at, we have the NSA, right? There is a risk. To me, the risk is completely acceptable for the convenience it gives me.
But read, that's small print. And you'll know what they're going to do. And then there's really pretty good help here, too. So if you have any questions, you can ask a question here and search the help, or you can get the frequently asked questions here.
Does it work better with different browsers?
Does it work better with different browsers? We use Chrome, which is the Google browser, pretty regularly. So I'm not exactly sure. We also use Internet Explorer, and I have been known to use Firefox.
Safari.
And Safari on the Macintosh. I haven't noticed any difference with Dropbox. As opposed to, say, Google Drive kind of works better on Chrome, because that's a Google to Google product. Yeah.
Well, 2 gigabytes isn't that much. If you put pictures, can you take old pictures off, and could you store new ones then and not have to buy any more space?
Yeah. What he's referring to is on the back of your handouts, there is a table of the details for each of these cloud services. So he asked, Dropbox, you notice, only has 2 gigabytes that it gives you for free. But in the next line down, notice it says you can earn more. So you go to Dropbox and say, how can I get more space? I am up to 8.5 gigabytes of free space on Dropbox and I only have it half full, and I use it a lot. Second part of his question was, if you use it to upload, to store pictures in the cloud, can you take those pictures out of there once they're synchronized down to your computer and free up space? Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. What's the term Dropbox mean? I mean, Dropbox is supposed to be something where you drop it for somebody else to pick it up, right? The goal is to have the Dropbox. Of course, that's not the way we use it, but let's use it for pictures. We do. For pictures, it is strictly a transfer process, and we will show you that. But before we get on to pictures, let's just do a little bit more with files. Was there another question?
Quick question on the editing of the Dropbox, so you follow on. Does it make a copy? You do one change, does you do another change, does it keep any changes in between, or?
Okay, so his question is on the video, when it was edited with Cloud On in the iPad, does that keep any revisions? I haven't used Cloud On enough to know the answer to that. Dropbox does keep revisions, so that's pretty cool. I have not had occasion to use it yet, so but it does keep revisions.
What if the device is down and you turn it on, does it update it?
What if the device is down when you turn it on? Does it update? Yes. Yes, absolutely. So, like I say, we use Dropbox a lot. We live in an RV. We don't always have an internet connection. So our work is on our computer, though, in the Dropbox folder. So we can work with all the files in the Dropbox folder to our heart's content. When we do get an internet connection, it synchronizes. So we know we're always working with the latest. And it synchronizes. We have a shared folder, and we'll show you how to do that. So he works on the same files that I do. As long as we're not both working on them at the same time, then they will synchronize when we next get connected. If we do work with them at the same time, it puts a 1 and a 2. It creates 2 files, and then we have to figure it out and clean it up.
If, for example, you move your Microsoft Word file all into Dropbox, that's where you're working from now on? You won't go to Microsoft Word anymore?
Thank you for that question. So she said, so I work with Microsoft Word all the time, and I store my files probably in the My Documents folder, right? Okay. So am I now going to store my files in the Dropbox folder and forget about My Documents? Yes. Well, you will actually move them. That's what I did. I mean, when I first started using Dropbox, yeah, it took a while to get that. I said, well, what do I? You know, and you can just drag your entire My Documents folder underneath the Dropbox folder if Dropbox has enough space. What I did is I just started realizing what files were important to me, and those are in my Dropbox, and I still have the stuff that I don't care about or that I'm not sharing with him. That's the main thing. Our Dropbox folder is our Geeks On Tour company network. And I make a change, it automatically synchronizes down, up to the cloud and down to every device that it's been installed.
A perfect example of that is the slideshow that we showed earlier on. That's a PowerPoint presentation. I don't work with this computer. This is our seminar computer. I work with my regular desktop computer, and I made changes to it. But I knew that as soon as this computer got on the internet, that file would be synchronized so that I could use it to show you guys the PowerPoint.
Okay, so besides synchronizing your own files with the cloud, one of the purposes is to share files. So let's say that the handout for this class, we have that as a file, and we want to share it with Judy so that she can share it with you all. So number 1 goes to Dropbox, and this is in your notes on the first page. So files using Dropbox You just put a file into a subfolder of Dropbox on your computer. It will automatically be synchronized with your online account. You can right-click the file and choose Share Dropbox Link. Then you send that link to anybody. So you can just find our seminar handout file down in Geeks folder. See, we use Dropbox a lot. You see all those folders and subfolders? And I'm still at only 4 gigabytes. So it's not as much as you think because I keep my photos cleaned out. So he's going into seminars and then cloud computing. And there is the cloud computing short. That is the actual, he can right click on it, and because we're in the Dropbox folder, that's it. This is just a folder on your computer, but it's a magic folder. Because we're in the Dropbox folder, we get this option to share Dropbox link. So he clicks on that, and the link to cloud computing has been copied to your clipboard. So you don't even see it, but it's there. Now, he can open up email and just paste that link in and email it to Judy. What if that file was 25 megabytes big? You know, Judy doesn't want that attached to an email and sent to her because that will crowd her email, her inbox. But all we have to do is send her the link. She can click on the link. So he's in email, and he's going to compose an email, and there's her address. She's already in our address book.
How did that happen?
And subject is Dropbox demo. And then how do you paste what just got copied to the Control V, or right click paste, or edit paste, but Control V. And there is, it's a pretty long one, but notice it ends with cloud computing -short .docx. So that's and send. And that's how you send big files, is you put them in your Dropbox, you right click, share link, send the link to whoever you want to have it. But better yet, we have a whole folder that's all of our seminar handouts. Rather than sending her one every time we do a seminar with you guys, let's just give her the whole folder. So just in Dropbox, and I'll show them the link on the website later. In Dropbox on your computer. See, we never go to Dropbox.com. Why? All the files are on the computer, in my Dropbox folder. I just trust that they're getting synchronized with Dropbox.com, but I never have to go to Dropbox.com. I go to the Dropbox folder on my computer.
She doesn't have to have Dropbox in order to open.
Question: she doesn't have to have Dropbox in order to open it. No. Yes. And what happens when you click on the link?
The phone explodes.
Yeah, right. You probably got lots of choices as to how to open that file. Since it's a docx, you probably need Word, and it probably won't.
It says it's a disabled link. Access has been disabled. Please ask the owner of the shared link to send a new link.
Okay. Which is why you shouldn't send a docx. What should I have sent?
A doc.
A PDF. I should have sent her a PDF rather than a Word document. But if you went to your computer on that where you have Word, I'll bet you it'll just open fine. However, here in just Dropbox above Geeks folder, we have a folder called Geeks On Tour Seminar Handouts.
Sure we do.
And these are all in PDF. Okay, you gotta be outside of it, so go back up a level. Right click on that folder and share Dropbox link. Now I'm sending a link to the whole folder. What else can you do with a link? I mean, I can email the link. What else can I do with it? Put it on your website. So now go to our website. Or on Facebook. You know, just go to a Facebook post and Control V, and you've now posted a link to a folder. When people click on that link, they will see the contents of the folder. But what we've done is we put that link on our website. Either one, doesn't matter. Over under more, there's our handouts. All that's behind that is the Dropbox link. So he clicks on that, and now you're seeing the contents of that Dropbox folder. Now, here's where it gets really cool. So Jim's going to open up Word now. Just Word on his computer. And he's going to create a very important document. Create a very important document, Jim. An important document. This is an important document.
There it is.
All right.
How do you spell this?
Now, all he has to do is save this into that Dropbox folder, and you'll be able to get it on that link on our website. So, file, and you should probably make it a PDF instead of a doc, so that's save as, yeah, PDF. So he's going to save it as a PDF, and he's going to navigate to Chris, Dropbox, seminar handouts.
There it is.
And just save it, or publish it. Okay, now go back to our website. And the reason I'm kind of harping on this particular, there's so many different things that cloud computing can do, but I think this is a cool way for clubs to keep their club document, their public club documents. Whatever you want to share with all the members, just keep a Dropbox folder. So he's going back to the Geeks On Tour website. And we'll end up back here, but I still want to get there the long way. And more. And seminar handouts. And scroll down and see if you find a very important. This is an important document, published 40 seconds ago. So the world can get that. So then I'm going to come over to my computer and say, what? That wasn't supposed to go there. No, we don't want the world to see that very important document. So over on my computer, which has synchronized with that same folder, are we totally blowing it? I can go to that folder. I see this is an important document. I complete it or move it to another folder. And how long is it going to take? So go back. Yeah, this important document has been deleted. That's what cloud computing is. It's your stuff in the cloud that it doesn't matter what device you're using. And I could have done that same thing with my phone or with my iPad.
So it's not going to do over, huh?
Like a do-over, yeah. Or like the boss. The boss is in control here. Okay, so any questions on sharing files and sharing folders? And we've been using Dropbox, but the others are very similar. Do you have to synchronize all the files with every device? It only synchronizes with the devices that you've installed Dropbox on. You can pause. Show them how you pause. I mean, if you just are connected to your cellular data or something and you don't want to be using up your data, you can pause syncing. You can also, get more space, oh, that's Help Center. Oh, it was there. You can specify different folders that you want synchronized. But yes, if you're using Dropbox and you've installed it on this device and the folder in the Dropbox folder, it gets synchronized. You know, unless you go into your options and say, okay, I don't want that folder synchronized and I don't want that folder synchronized. You can do that. But then that's folder by folder, not device by device. All right, you ready for pictures? Okay. So I use Picasa. How many people use Picasa? Oh, it should be everybody. Okay. And you might see one of the reasons why here. Picasa makes it very easy to upload your photos to what used to be called Picasa Web Albums and is now Google Plus Photos. So he's going to open up Picasa. Picasa is strictly on this computer. Picasa is not a cloud software. Picasa is computer software, either Windows or Macintosh. Because you still want your pictures on your computer, don't you? I don't want my pictures just in the cloud. But here's some cool pictures we took. That's the sunset view from our RV right now, down on the Mississippi River.
This is not live from our These are pictures we took the other day.
These are pictures we took. But they're on the computer. What good does that do? I want to be able to share them with you. So I want to, what, upload or download? Okay, very good. So select a couple of pictures, Jim. 3 or 4.
I really like this.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's in Fort Byron.
Nice bicycle path all along the road there. And okay, so now he's going to click on Share on Google+, after I point out to you that we are logged in to my Google account. So what we're talking about here is Google Plus Photos. It's not one of the things on the back of your handout, so it's not strictly a cloud storage service. It is a photo sharing service, but it is in the cloud, so it's absolutely a cloud thing. So he's going to create a new Google Plus album called Quad Cities. I highly recommend, if you use Picasa to do this, I highly recommend choosing image size, that's for web sharing, show them the choices, or original size. Now, if you're a professional photographer and you're using this for backup, you need original size. I say you can back up some other way. This is for sharing. If you choose best for web sharing, Google Plus gives you unlimited storage space. I have thousands of pictures up there and I am not paying a penny. Not paying a penny. Now, add circles or people to share with, that's where I want them to be public. Because I want you to be able to go home and look at these. So this is the Google Plus stuff. There's all these circles you can define. You can just share with family, and you can define who family is. But I just go public.
By default, it isn't public, it's only you.
Yeah, now, if you had done nothing there, then nobody else would be able to see them, only you. You can't change that later. So, okay, now share. Are you sure? It's telling you, hey, you're doing this publicly. That means anybody in the world can see them if they happen to be in your neighborhood of the web. So it's uploading. But what's so nice about using Picasa to do this is what you see is what you get. You say, oh, I want that picture, and that picture, and that picture, and that picture. If you don't use Picasa, then you go to your photo sharing site, be it Google Plus or Flickr or PhotoBucket, or you have to be up there and then just tell it what files to upload. It's just a lot more complex without Picasa. And that's taking a minute. So, I know that Vicki uses Google Plus. You want to share any reasons why or how you find it?
I started with Picasa web albums, and I really like the look of Google Plus. It seems like they've got a few more bells and whistles to it.
Yeah, Google Plus, as they say, is not just a cloud storage area. It is a photo sharing system, and it does some really special stuff to make your pictures look good and display well, and you can view them in lots of different ways. So he's going to click View Online.
And edit them.
And edit them, yeah. One day, and I've started to do this, but one day when we don't have computers anymore, things will just automatically go up from your phone or your camera to your Google Plus account. You'll edit them up there, share them up there, no computer involved. That's where we're going. It's not, I do not recommend doing it that way yet. You can do it that way now, but I don't recommend it. So here you can see it full screen, you can do a slideshow, you can see the captions, if there were that's our home. That's really what I wanted to do here. I just wanted you to see where. And I really liked that one. Okay, now I want you to show them that same set of pictures using the iPad.
Oh, sure you do. Oh, here it is.
It's right there.
Okay. Let's see if I can switch it over.
So how many people think that those pictures are physically on the iPad now? If you're completely, oh, good for you. Nobody said, well, I don't know, are they? Do they have to be physically on the iPad for us to see them using the iPad? No. So therefore, yeah, they are not. They are not, because these little devices don't have that much storage space like computers do. Have I uploaded my thousands of pictures to Google Plus? Yes, I have. Well, how long did that take? 10 years. I mean, really, I used, like Vicki here, I have been using Picasa web albums for 10 years. Picasa web albums, the same pictures are now accessed through a different interface. The interface is Google Plus. It's the same pictures. It's the same pictures I've uploaded over 10 years. All right, so here we are on the iPad, and there is the Google Plus app, a free app that gets downloaded to the iPad. And now Google Plus, in case you've heard, does anybody else using Google Plus? Yeah, it's not catching on as much as Google would like. Pictures is the hook that they're trying to reel us in on. The part of Google Plus that people object to is the social network. It's kind of a competitor to Facebook, but you don't have to use that layer. It can be sometimes hard to avoid, but you don't have to use the social networking layer in order to use the photo
part of it. So, it's taken a while.
Yeah.
This one is on an it's on its own AT&T connection. Maybe we want to switch it over. I mean, if it doesn't come up at all. Oh, there we go. Well, try clicking on photos there. So that, on mobile devices, you know, those three little lines represents a menu. So whenever you see three little lines, there's good stuff hidden underneath there. So he taps that, and then he can tap photos. And here's the photos. Now this is an album called 2014 May. We want, and go ahead and dismiss there, Jim. These stories is another way that Google Plus is starting to show us our pictures. Up at the top where it says highlights, notice there's a little drop down arrow. And we go to albums. So that's what I mean. It will show you all your thousands of pictures all at once, or you can find albums, and there's the album called Quad Cities. Okay. And click on one. Now though, my question is this on the device, on the iPad? I don't think so, but how do you know for sure? I mean, how do you know for sure? I say, turn the internet off. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to go to settings, and we're going to turn the internet off and try to view those same pictures. So under cellular data, oh, you were on? Okay, you went to airplane mode, perfect. Perfect, now you can double tap on the home button and go back to the pictures. Now this one will certainly still show up because you were already viewing it, so there is a cache, if you will. But if he goes to the next picture, what's that say?
Turn off airplane mode or use Wi-Fi access data.
So it's giving us a message saying, hey, you, I need the internet here.
The internet appears to be offline.
There, now we've passed what it had preloaded. So that's a little trick. That's a little trick. I say one thing you need to understand where your pictures are. Some people say, I can't delete the pictures. You know, well, maybe you don't want to. You know, maybe they're not actually on there. Maybe they're just on the web service that your phone is using. So on your phone, you can turn off the internet and then see what pictures disappear. You know, and don't worry about that. Okay, where are we? So how do we get? So that's how I share pictures using Google Plus. I think it does it beautifully. They do change things almost every day. You have to be prepared to see something new every time you go to Google Plus. But they do a beautiful job of pictures. And because I have 10 years of pictures on there, as I say, you can just go and look at all our pictures from 10 years worth. So what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm waiting for you to tell me what to do.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and turn the internet back on there.
Okay, I guess.
And what do I do with my notes? Okay, I think what we're ready for. Any questions on that, or anybody want to say how they share pictures that might be different? Just a little? She's a little confused. Wow, then we haven't done our job. Google Plus and Google Drive. Good question, yes. Google Drive has been around a long time. It used to be called Google Docs. And Google Drive is a storage and software. It is storage as a service and software as a service. You can do Word documents and the space that you use in Google Drive is limited. Google Plus is new, relatively speaking. It's new. It is kind of the umbrella that Google wants to be over all of their services, Blogger, Google Drive. And
It is a social network. It is a place where you post notices just like on Facebook and your friends see it. Google wants you to be part of their social network. The carrot that they're giving is this awesome photo sharing system. If you want to use the Google Plus photos that I just showed you, you have to be a member of Google Plus. It's all free. If you don't, you can put your pictures in a Google Drive folder. But you don't have all the cool slideshow and auto awesome and editing and all that stuff. Did that answer your question? I mean, yeah. You can put pictures in Google Drive. It's like Google Drive is just a file cabinet over here. Whereas Google Plus is a clubhouse with everybody has their own photo board that they have all their photos up on. You know, where Google Drive, you have a file drawer and your pictures can be in that, or your documents. But Google Plus is this clubhouse with all sorts of cool stuff going on, including photos.
Does Google Plus monitor or edit pictures?
Does Google Plus monitor edited pictures? Or edit pictures? Yes, I'm not sure if it's in the way that you're, what would you be concerned about? I like him. They do have terms of service, and if you violate their terms of service, so pornographic pictures, I'm sure would be violating their terms of service. They will take it down. They will also give you a bad mark, and so you can't do anything in Google Plus for a while. Do they edit pictures? There's this thing called auto enhance, but you can turn it on or turn it off. I know we need to show how to turn it off. I like it. You know, my pictures look good when I put them on the computer. When I look at them at Google Plus later, I go, wow. So it does this auto enhancing thing, but you can turn it off. And there's lots more. Okay, so what did I want to do? Anybody remind me? I wanted to show you taking a picture with the phone and how it automatically. We can do another video on that.
Okay.
Let's do. There's a video that I think explains this better than I can right now. Oh wait, it's me too. So we're going to try it on the website, or?
Okay. Whatever you want here. Yes.
So he's going to go to our website. How are we doing on time? Probably getting close. No, doing good. Doing good. Still have 10 minutes?
How susceptible are these cloud services to viruses and trojanware and all?
How susceptible are the cloud services to viruses? Nowhere near as much as your computer. I haven't. Let me see. They do have some susceptibility, obviously, but they have millions of users, thousands of employees. They get on it right away.
What do you use on your Android?
What do I use on the Android? I don't.
I use Lookout.
Lookout is one. Yeah, but viruses are not a problem on the devices because of the way they're designed. They have learned a few things over the years, you know. And when they design these, every app is in its own sandbox, so they cannot infect each other. So it's not as much of a problem. Okay, we're going to go to Picasa. And it would be under organizing? Must be under organizing.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be.
Picasa has been a specialty of ours for several years, so there's like 100 videos.
What am I looking for?
We're looking for auto upload from phone. Dropbox, yeah, there we go, 87.
pause it for a minute though, then it'll be totally downloaded by the, and let's do a demo. So I'm going to take a picture of Vicky.
Hand away your face, Vicky.
Okay, and a couple
There you
behind
go.
you. Yeah, all right. Oops, I had it on panorama. All right, so I'm taking a picture of the whole front row.
Anybody in the witness protection program that you're worried about?
So I just took a picture with my phone. That's it, no more. And in a second, we should see some message come through on the Dropbox. There. It's hard, it's itsy bitsy, but there's movement going on here. And in a second, it says it's downloading a JPEG. 3 minutes left. Whoa.
Big row.
That was a
panorama.
panorama. But go ahead and open it up. Because I also took some pictures earlier, and you'll see them in there. And we'll click on Dropbox folder. And then camera uploads. Notice how most of them has a little green dot, but that one has a blue dot? So that blue means it's still, it's not completely done yet. And double click on one of the ones up at the top. Those are the ones I took tonight. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. Take a picture with a phone, boom, it's on your computer. Now the video will explain how it's done. And Picasa, using the camera upload feature, you can take pictures with your smartphones and tablets and have them automatically appear because of Dropbox on your computer. Then, how do you work with them in Picasa? First, Dropbox must be on all your devices and the camera upload feature is on. Pictures then will automatically appear in the Dropbox camera upload folder on your computer. What you do is cut and paste them from there to your My Pictures folder, and then Picasa can work with them. We wrote an article about this on our website a while back. I'll find it under Free and Geek blog, or I will put a link under this video to go straight to it. Review that for some details on how to set up Dropbox. So here's what we did. Yesterday we went for this beautiful walk along the Columbia River here in Vancouver, Washington, and Jim took some pictures using Android smartphone. This smartphone does have Dropbox installed, and the camera upload feature is turned on. So look at that on your camera. If it says turn off, that means it is on. Another thing you might want to look at is this upload using. If yours is set to Wi-Fi only, then you'll need to remember to connect your phone to Wi-Fi before the upload will happen. I also am taking pictures now with my new little iPad mini. And on my iPad, I also have Dropbox installed, and the camera upload feature is turned on. So now let's see if it worked. If all devices were connected to the internet, the pictures on the phone and the tablet should now be on my computer. So here I am on my Windows computer, and I go to my Dropbox icon. On a Macintosh, that same icon will be up in your upper right rather than the lower right. Open it up and open up the camera uploads folder. And there are all the pictures that we took yesterday with my iPad and Jim's smartphone. We are sharing the same Dropbox account. Normally, one person would have one account and the other would have another for their individual computers. So I'm going to select all these pictures and cut them from the Dropbox. This is just using standard Windows
features to manage files on your computer. This is something everybody should know how to do. Cutting files from one folder and pasting them into another. So I'm cutting them from the camera uploads, and I want to go to my pictures to paste them. So that would be under Chris and My Pictures. If you're on a Mac, you'd be using the Finder for this. And I could put these pictures in any existing folder, or I can make like my 20308, but I'm going to make a new folder. I'm still going to call it 2013-08, but then I will add Columbia River Walk so that these pictures have a folder all of their own. And paste. Now if I go back to my Dropbox, we should see that the camera uploads folder is empty. That's the way I like to use this. My camera uploads Dropbox is just for transferring the pictures from my mobile devices to my computer. Now, if you have a lot of space in Dropbox, you might want to just use that to store your pictures. And I might make some future videos on that. But right now, we're just transferring. So now we open Picasa. And since Picasa is set to watch all the folders in the My Picture area, it immediately sees that there's a new folder called Columbia Riverwalk. And there are all the pictures we took yesterday with the iPad and the Android phone. And did you know that Picasa can even tell you what camera took any given picture? So I can click on this picture, and if you click on the information or the properties icon in the lower right-hand corner, it opens up a panel, and right up at the very top, it says that this picture was taken with the iPad mini. And this picture was taken with the iPad mini. But this picture was taken with the Droid Razor. You can even search for all pictures taken by a particular camera. So, Droid, I have 3,940 pictures taken with the Droid camera, Droid Razor. And that is my favorite way of getting pictures from mobile devices to computer for use in Picasa. You put Dropbox on all your devices and turn camera upload on. Your pictures will automatically appear in your Dropbox camera upload photo folder on your computer. Then you can cut them from there and paste them into My Pictures, and Picasa will see them. Whew. So, was there anything that you thought you were going to learn tonight that you didn't, that we didn't cover? Any questions?
Just have a question. If your pictures, say you put your pictures into a folder in Dropbox, would Picasa still recognize them even though it's not in My Pictures folder?
So the question is, if you kept your pictures in a Dropbox folder somewhere within Dropbox, will Picasa see them there? Yes, if you tell Picasa where they are using the folder manager. Picasa can see pictures anywhere. It just by default sees them all in the My Pictures area. All right. Well, did you learn something?
Are you going to remember it?
And would you like to learn more? That's what our tutorial videos are for. All of our videos are on our website, a 1-year membership we normally charge $68 for. All of the videos are also on a little thumb drive. It's getting pretty full, but so far they all fit on there. And we normally sell that for $49. Special for you all tonight, if you see you have a green sheet, $59 will get you the 1 year plus the thumb drive. And that's available only tonight. So we can do that, cash, check, or charge. Or we also, on your orange sheet, if you don't do anything tonight and you decide you want something later on, there's a coupon code on our website. You can put in that coupon code and get 30% off of whatever fees we have on there. So, questions?
Do you have an
Any more of the handouts? They were on the seat, so does everybody have an extra one next to them?
Here's some.
Yeah, I think there were more. And where can you go to get all of our seminar handouts anytime you want? GeeksOnTour.com. Click on more seminar handouts. They're all there, and you're welcome to download them just for personal use only. Any other questions?
Yeah, you said you had up to 8 gigs on free Dropbox. To get them, did you have to get other people to sign up to it?
Thank you for the question. She says, I said that I had 8 gigabytes free on Dropbox. You get 5 gigabytes for free just by using that camera upload feature. The first 5 gigabytes that you use camera upload, they give you free space for that. So I made sure to use 5 gigabytes with a bunch of photos, and then I took them out. So now I have free space. The other way is by getting other people, is by inviting other people to sign up. You send them a link from your account, and you get credit. And yes, some people have used our link to get their Dropbox, but mostly it was the 5 gigabytes from the camera upload. Okay, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jim.
And we're Geeks on Tour.
You guys are great.
Thanks.